Want up-to-the-minute scores and odds direct from Las Vegas? Then check out our WagerTalk odds page. You'll get all the latest lines along with moves as they happen from all the biggest books in Las Vegas, including Westgate Superbook, Circa, Golden Nugget, Wynn, Stations, CG, and South Point, just to name a few. Best of all, it's absolutely free.
Welcome into First Pitch for June 8th. I am Drew Martin, joined by Jimmy Adams and Adam Trigger of WagerTalk.com. We're breaking down 3 games on the card. Best bets at the end, going around the horn here. Jimmy Adams at Jimmy Adams Vegas, 5% up and available at WagerTalk.com. He's hit, 6 in a row, Jimmy? Welcome into the show, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Drew, Adam. 5%ers have been really good. 6 straight winners. Been on a good run overall the past month and a half. 9-2 last 11, 21-7 last 28. So we got a big one up tonight that we're going to try and cash.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Good luck with that. We got 5% up and available for this Wednesday card, and we got Adam Trigger as well on Twitter at Top Flight SI. He's got some day action going, some night action, some KBO, Korean Adam by some. Happy Wednesday to you, Adam.
What's going on, Drew? Another KBO winner this morning. So, yeah, that's been going great. As has baseball. You know, I'm so happy that, like, normal, traditional doubleheaders are back. Now 4-1 in my doubleheader bets in MLB this season after not making one for 2 straight years because I couldn't stand the 7-inning games. So it's just nice to have like the traditional 9-inning doubleheader back. And maybe, you know, by next year, we can get rid of this ghost runner nonsense and figure out a way to play traditional extra innings as well. That'd be the next thing I'd love to see.
Jimmy, you're going to have to break this tie, man. I like the 7-inning doubleheaders and I like the ghost runner on second. They've grown on me. Where do you stand on them?
So I don't mind either way. I don't mind the ghost runner, and I also don't mind the 7-inning. My big thing is I need to get an automated strike zone, and I know some people are going to disagree on this so much, but I watch baseball every day, obviously, and every game umps are blowing calls, whether it's going for my team or against it. It's just ridiculous. I think the goal should be about getting the call right. So I want an automated strike zone. That's my big thing in baseball.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're laying down. Trig, where do you fall on that? Where do you fall on DH, man? Maybe we can agree on that. Are you liking the DH in the NL?
Yeah, I don't mind the DH, and I would like to see, like, automatic strike zone's fine. I think some of these umps get fooled by, like, these pitchers have figured out how to run the ball, like, more now. And so, like, what Jimmy's saying, like, I think you see it a lot where there'll be some late bite on, like, a fastball, and the ump will have already in their head called it a ball, and then they don't want to, like, ring someone up late. I have no problem with I don't mind challenges. I don't mind the DH. I don't mind the automated strike zone, but the only thing for me, here's the solution, Drew. They do what they do in Korea, okay? 12 inning, like extra innings regular. If it gets to the 12th inning and it's still tied, the game's a tie and you move on. And ties factor into the win-losses. Because it doesn't ruin like because I feel like this ghost runner stuff ruins the integrity of the game, where you have like a 2-2 game and then it goes into the 10th inning and you're ending up with like an 8-7 fine. I mean, that's drastic, but it's crazy, like the amount of runs that are scored once it gets to extra innings. It ruins totals betting, especially if you like to bet full game unders. I just don't like it. So, you know, I'm okay with everything else, but I like the 9-inning doubleheaders, and I want to see no ghost runners. I think it's a stupid rule right off the bat, and I would not mind seeing that go away.
Trigger, good guy, good handicapper. We disagree on pretty much all the rules changes. I'm on one side, he's on the other. So let us know where you guys stand in the chat box. Also, guys, the DH coming to the NL. If you look at the top 4 over trenders so far this season, all from the National League. I think that is a very interesting coincidence, and more on that in depth on Under the Radar, new show here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, going to be posted later this afternoon. So check that out. But guys, let's get into the goal of the video here, finding some winners. Heading to the NL East, up first here, Jimmy. We get the Nats and the Fish. John Gray versus Alcantara on the hill for the Fish. Heavy favorite here. I mean, their offense woke up last night, putting up double digits. Jazz Chisholm, I believe, hitting 2 home runs. Ball was flying out. Minus 220, though, for this Marlins team. This is rarefied air, Jimmy. I'm a Marlins fan. I'm looking to bet on them. I'm not looking to lay minus 220. What are you liking in the Fish tank tonight?
No, you can't do it. So Don Mattingly called a team meeting. The team hadn't been winning as many games as they would have liked. They responded well with a 12-2 win in the opener. Sandy Alcantara has been phenomenal. I have no beef with him. We've cashed a few tickets with him at lower prices. But if there's one team that he's struggled against in his career, it's the Nats. He's got a 4-6 record with a 4.34 ERA in 10 career starts against Washington. And the Nats had won 3 straight before yesterday's loss. I mean, they'd scored 5, 10, and 8 runs. So the offense has been kind of clicking. Josiah Gray's a guy that I like. He's got good stuff. I've been waiting for his numbers to kind of back that up. And they just haven't overall on the season, but they have in his last couple of starts. Coming off back-to-back nice outings, 1 earned run in 6 innings of work with 9 Ks in his last start. The start before that, just 1 earned run as well in 5 innings of work. We are getting a huge plus price with the Nationals. So I'm going to take a shot with it. Give me the Nationals around plus 180.
The big dog barking in no trick. Coming to you next, Alcantara has been great. He's got the lowest ERA in baseball, but to Jimmy's point, I mean, minus 220 with this Fish team, it's too high for me. What are you liking tonight in South Florida?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think we have like a consensus show play here. I prefer the Nationals plus 1.5, Drew. I've said it a million times. You know, I love my plus 1.5 teams. If I can get a reasonable price with them on the road, they essentially get the extra at bat, and that's what you got here. Alcantara, he leads the majors in innings pitched so far, and that's something I start to like to fade around this time, especially in this day and age when pitchers, all these guys grew up with a pitch count, right? It's not like it was back in the 90s when you as a kid, you threw till your arm fell off. So anytime someone starts to get up there in innings, I always say, is this a good spot to jump in and fade that guy? And Alcantara leads the inning, 74.2 innings pitched this season. It's the most of any pitcher in the league. Jimmy talked about his numbers against the Nats. This is the 3rd time the Nats are going to see him this year. So you have to expect that professional hitters, even with the Nationals, who are not the sharpest hitting team in the league, of course, they're still pros. They're still going to make adjustments and potentially figure it out. Juan Soto has nice career numbers against Alcantara, so that's something playing in our favor here. And the Marlins are 11-22 in their last 33 games. Believe it's the worst record of any team during that stretch. So Josiah Gray, he's from Lemoyne College, Drew, upstate New York, maybe a couple hours west of me here. So kind of local, but he's someone that comes over to the Nats in the trade from the Dodgers. I'm with Jimmy. I expected more out of him so far, and maybe we've seen it the last couple starts, right? 11 innings, only 2 earned runs, and the only 2 teams that have really blown him up this year were the Dodgers and the Astros. So I feel like you can maybe give him a little break. If you're going to get blown up by 2 teams, it's the Dodgers and the Stros. I'm willing to give you a little pass there. So I'm with you guys. I think the Nats are way, way underpriced here. I personally like them plus 1.5, but yeah, I'm just not trusting the Marlins as a minus 220 favorite to string together a couple wins at this point. So Nationals are nothing for me here.
Sure. I mean, I don't know, betting the Marlins for a while now. I mean, not betting on them, just following them closely as a Marlins fan. I can't remember very many times at all, guys, where it was a 7 or a 7.5 as the total, and the Marlins were laying more than $2. It's just kind of a situation you don't see a lot with this type of lineup. Jimmy, you bring up the fact of Don Mattingly calling that meeting, and I was watching, Craig Mish, some of the reporters on this. It sounded to me like there was problems in that clubhouse with either the coaches and the players, or maybe even the players not really liking each other. Is there anything you took away from that? And maybe to Trig's point, I mean, the Marlins have been one of the worst teams over the last month in baseball. Maybe continue fading them, or because they played so well last night, maybe this is a turning point and everybody kind of, got all of their differences out there, and now they might actually turn it on with a young, maybe high ceiling type team. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so I did not know about anything going on inside the clubhouse. I just kind of read it briefly that he had called a meeting, and I would just immediately assumed that it was because they were struggling so much. As far as will they be a bet on team moving forward, I think we have to kind of take it on a game by game basis. I hate to give the PC answer there, but if they come out and kill it tonight, then maybe we look towards them moving forward. But if they're like we all think and they go down tonight to the Nats, then they could be a fade team at a good price in the future.
Game by game, Jimmy.
Drew, how about Jeter kind of just like stepped down, right? Like right before the season. So I could see there being some like just a disorganization in that, in that clubhouse. Like that wouldn't surprise me at all. You told me like the Marlins were like a little bit just not, people not on the same page in that organization. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. That's just my take.
Okay. Guys, let's move down here. We got the New York Yankees, Minnesota Twins. Trig, coming to you first. We're seeing Nestor Cortes, speaking of Miami, the Hialeah kid, commanded a -170 price tag. Chris Archer going for the Twins here, total of 9. What are you liking tonight in Minnesota, Yanks and Twins, Trig?
Drew, I mean, I like to go contrarian when and where possible. It's how I look to bet in a lot of cases, but the New York Yankees against the Twins last 20 years, 148 games, are 110 and 38. Wow. They've won 74.3% of those games. They absolutely own this team. And it's just like, and then you look at this current win streak, and they've outscored their opponents 48-11 on this current 7-game win streak. So as badly as I'd love to make a case for the Twins here, and again, I would probably look to the +1.5 as the way I would bet it if I was going to make a case for the Twins, because you're getting that pretty cheap, right around even money. I just don't think I can do it. And Nestor Cortes, he's got the best ERA in the majors this year, 1.50. My guess is Cortes will get hit at some point. I don't think we're going to see him finish the year with an ERA under 2. But, man, the Yankees right now, the way they're playing and how they've historically owned the Twins, one of the best things as a bettor, Drew, that we have, right? We have to lay -110 against the book, but we can pick where we want to bet and where we don't want to bet, and this is just not a spot I want to bet. So I'm not going to step in front of the Yankees right now, and I don't really want to bet them and lay the big price here. So there's not much in this game. It'd probably be the Yankees for me. If you force me to bet it, I'd probably ride them until they lost on this run.
Sure. We are seeing a big price tag here, Jimmy, -170-ish. 2 first-place teams. I mean, Trig brought up a great point. I didn't know they dominated them like that. But the fact is, Minnesota, 32-25 this season. I don't know. Do you think they're worth you going back-to-back big dogs here, Jimmy?
No, I can't do it here. Trig made a ton of great points. The Yankees are hot right now. They've won 7 straight games, I believe. And they've been hot for most of the season, if we're being completely honest. Aaron Judge has been killing it. Leads the majors in home runs. Stanton's killing it. Rizzo and company, they're all hitting the ball really well. And, Judge made a really good decision to, bet on himself. He is going to get absolutely paid, barring some sort of injury, God forbid. He's just having a terrific year. So they're fresh off that 10-4 win in the series opener. And now they got Nestor Cortes stepping to the hill. Adam mentioned his 1.50 ERA. He's allowed 1 earned run or less in 4 of his last 5 starts. And he's only given up 3 earned runs is the most he's given up this season. And he only did that one time. That was against the White Sox a while back. So he's off another great gem, by the way. He's off maybe his best start of the entire season. 7 innings of work, no runs, and 7 Ks versus the struggling Angels, who we'll get to shortly here. Chris Archer's pitched pretty well, but he doesn't go deep into games, and he's got a high FIP. His FIP's 4.94, which is about a run above his ERA. So there's no way I can bet the Twins here. I'm not laying this price either. So if I get to the window, it's going to be Yankees on the run line.
Okay, run line with the away team, guys. Kind of the better opportunity to be betting the run line there because you don't necessarily give up that extra at bat. We do have one game left. Huge shout out to the chat box. Everybody joining us live. Jeff saying the Ghost Runner is ridiculous. Chuck saying I'm kind of warming up to the automated strike zone. We got some other guys chiming in, all kind. Jake saying he agrees with the 9 inning and he hates the Ghost Runner. The run isn't earned after 15 innings, maybe. So some different kind of opinions here. It sounds like most people agreeing with you, Trig. Not really liking change in the baseball markets with that Ghost Runner in extra innings. But some guys also saying, hey, Jays and Marlins looking to parlay that. A lot of guys liking the Yanks, including Chuck and Jeff. So Yankees first 5 as well, minus the half a run. Thanks for joining us live in the chat box. Guys, if you're watching on replay, feel free to reply below. Let us know how you feel about the rules changes, how you're looking to bet them, if it's changing how you're betting them. All is welcome here in the reply section. WagerTalk YouTube channel. I am Drew Martin. We got Adam Trigger, Jimmy Adams. One game left. Best bets at the end. Boston Red Sox, LA Angels. Last game up for us a little bit later in the night. Jimmy, coming to you first. We're getting Eovaldi versus Detmers is what I'm seeing as the listed pitchers here. Detmers coming from the left side. 8 in the hook being the total. Minus 150. Seeing it as low as minus 149, as high as minus 160. That is the Red Sox as the road favorite. You liking anything in Southern California tonight, Jimmy?
I do really like a play on this game. The Angels are in a complete free fall right now, as everyone knows. They've lost 13 straight games. Joe Madden gets canned yesterday. Usually when you fire a manager, the team, it's kind of circle the wagons time, and that team is usually a good bet the next game. Well, the Angels gave their best effort last night, and they lose in extras. So, and to make matters worse, Mike Trout goes down with an injury. He sustained a groin injury in last night's game, and I highly doubt he'll be in the lineup tonight. Since throwing his no-hitter, Reed Detmers, 5.14 ERA, the Angels have lost all 3 of those starts. The entire Red Sox pitching staff, the starters, are pitching really well right now. They're kind of feeding off each other, trying to not one-up one another, but just I'm sensing a good group effort and camaraderie between, the pitching staff from the Red Sox. Nathan Eovaldi, he's a guy I'm looking to bet on in this spot. He threw 6 innings of shutout ball in his last start with 8 strikeouts, The start before that, a complete game where he allowed just 2 earned runs. Boston has also won 6 straight, so they're hot. What we have here is 2 teams headed in opposite directions. We've got the Angels in a free fall and the Red Sox on fire with their pitching as well as plating runs. So I'm going to knock this number down and get a plus price with the underdog on the run line. Give me the Red Sox run line tonight.
Trig, you liking anything in LA tonight?
Drew, I wanted to take the Angels so bad here. And I would have, would be looking at the plus 1.5 because I don't think there's any. I think the only way to go for the Angels is up at this point, and I do look at this the way Jimmy sort of started off by saying, they get rid of Madden. There should be a little bit of a bounce back, if you will, kind of like the Phillies, right? Like they get rid of Girardi, and now they're playing great. But the injuries to this team right now is what's got me a little bit concerned, right? Like in addition to Trout, Taylor Ward's been, has the hamstring. Rendon's been dealing with the wrist. So they're not only are they, it's insult and injury right now, right? Like on this massive losing streak. The only thing, if you're looking at Angels plus 1.5, 6 of their 13 losses on the losing streak have been by a run. So they've been in the game from that perspective. So there's a lot of close losses on this losing streak, but the Red Sox, they've now won 6 in a row, and they're kind of they're kind of just rolling right now, finding ways to win games. Eovaldi, kind of a fade for me. He's someone I would look to play against. And last year, 2 starts against the Angels, 10.2 innings pitched. He gave up 9 earned runs. Detmers has he's lights out against left-handed bats. The Red Sox could be without one of their better right-handed bats here because it looks like Xander Bogaerts might miss this game. So I had my reasons for wanting to look at the Angels, but I haven't got to the window with it. And man, 13 straight, you almost want to kind of see them win one first before you jump in with them. I do think there's going to be a time in the near future to bet the Angels, but I'm not sure if it's here. So I'm not gonna go against you guys just yet. But I do slightly lean the Angels just because I think it's got to come the other way at some point.
Trig, I am fading the Angels tonight, guys, leading us into our best bet section. I'm going on the Boston Red Sox. Hottest lineup in baseball for the last month. That terrible start to the season is water under the bridge. I think the Red Sox might make the playoffs, actually, after that terrible start. They've won 6 straight games. Evaldi on the hill. Minus 150 price tag. That's kind of my max of where I tend to kind of cool it, pump the brakes in terms of betting favorites. So, hey, it's right at that max. I think it's worthy of it. And, guys, fade city on the Angels. To Trig's point in terms of you'd kind of like to see them win a game before betting on them. I'm totally of that camp, whether it's, investing in stocks, whether it's betting on sports teams. Don't catch a falling knife is a financial term that I kind of stick to here. And they've lost 13 straight. So, hey, fade them until they can win a couple. I'm fading them tonight. Back in Evaldi, back in the Red Sox, winning 6 straight games, the hotter lineup, and a lot better bullpen of late as well for the Sox. So minus 150, Red Sox is my best bet. Jimmy Adams, Vegas on Twitter. We got him WagerTalk.com, 5% play up and available. He's got 6 straight, guys. Want to check him out there at the WagerTalk front page. Jimmy, what do you got for any final thoughts here? And what are you going for best bets?
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet because I just broke down this game. I'm rolling with the Red Sox on the run line for my best bet. I'm the ultimate streak better in baseball. I love fading teams on losing streaks and betting on teams on winning streaks. We've got both in this game, and we can drop the price down to an underdog price. So give me the Red Sox tonight on the run line, and then hop over to WagerTalk, grab the 5% play, grab a subscription. Let's keep making money.
Keep making that money. Another guy making money, maybe on the other side of the world, maybe in MLB, Korean Adam. Adam Trigger is his name, at Top Flight SI on Twitter. Trig, what do you got for best bets and any final thoughts?
Yeah, so I'll definitely have Korean baseball up. The lines come out a little bit later, so take a look at if that's what you're looking for. Come to my page in about an hour or so. I'll definitely have a play posted. We won one this morning, and I got one I like for sure. I just want to make sure that I'm giving it out at the correct line that everyone can get. So that'll be up soon. Potentially more MLB for later. But as far as the show is concerned, and one of the games I'm still looking at today is one that I think you guys agreed with me with. I'll make it my best bet for the show. It's Nationals plus 1.5. I'm going to I think that's an outrageous number that the Marlins are laying. I think a lot of it has to do with last night's results. I think it has to do with Alcantara and how good he's been of late. And all of that those are like surface type things that I think there's value in going against. We talked about it earlier on the national career, and Alcantara leads the majors in innings pitched, and I really do think that it's going to start to, as we start to get into July and August, those guys that have really racked up innings and haven't had any sort of a break, whether it's just skipping a start or whatnot, might be good fades. Marlins are 11-22 in the majors in their last 33 games. It's the worst mark during that run. You're getting a run head start with the Nationals here, and you're getting it on the road, which essentially means the Marlins have to beat you in 8 at-bats. So Nationals plus 1.5, I think, is a great bet here. And I would not be at all surprised if they won this game. I think Josiah Gray is better than we've seen. He's been good of late, and I think the Nats bounce back from last night's embarrassing loss and get the win here.
Adam Trigger. Check him out tonight on The Hustle, 6 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Guys, best bet recap. I'm on the Sox, minus 150. We got Trig, just heard it there. Nationals, plus that 1.5, minus 120. And Jimmy Adams, Also on the Red Sox, correlated bet there, minus the 1.5 plus 105. Guys, check out Jimmy Adams' 5% play up at wagertalk.com. I got one as well. Good day to check out both plays, guys. Look to go 2-0, and we got Trig going to be in with some KBO a little bit later in the day. Wagertalk.com, Adam Trigger, Jimmy Adams. I am Drew Martin. Guys, feel free to reply below. Thanks for joining us in the chat box. Please smash that like button. Best of luck with your bets. We'll talk tomorrow.
Want up-to-the-minute scores and odds direct from Las Vegas? Then check out our WagerTalk odds page. You'll get all the latest lines along with moves as they happen from all the biggest books in Las Vegas, including Westgate Superbook, Circa, Golden Nugget, Wynn, Stations, CG, and South Point, just to name a few. Best of all, it's absolutely free.